Hi, if you're preparing for CAT, then this video is for you. I'm Patrick, 6th and CAT 100%. Basically, sectional test. A lot of people ask me when to write a section test. I mean, you have section test with you, but how do you use section test effectively? Actually, section test is a very effective tool to improve your score if you use it properly. Unfortunately, a lot of students don't know how to use it, and therefore they don't use it. So let's look at how can we use a sectional test effectively for CAT. Right, we do run manual entrance examinations basically for last more than 23 years, which includes CAT, GMAT, etc. We also have YouTube resources, free YouTube resources. You can go to Road 200 series, which talks about methods, solving sums, which will help you to understand good methods to solve. CAT 20 solutions and solution past CAT papers. Also concepts and methods that will help you score 100 percentile. So that's what we have. You can use those apart from all the other resources of helping you to prepare for the exam. Okay, first, what are sectional tests? So these basically are complete syllabus self-test for that particular section. So each section, there are 3 sections. So each section will be section test. So 40 minutes test for verbal will be section test, 40 minutes section for DR will be section test, 40 minutes section for con will be section test. You can take a full length test and then break it up into 3 sectional tests. That's also fine, right? First 40 minutes verbal, take a break, then 40 minutes DRR and so on. Key is that it mimics the section in terms of number of questions, time and level of difficulty. It's as if you're writing the actual paper. That's what is sectional test. Right? How can sectional test be used? It helps, I mean, one of the most important part of sectional test is helps you to create strategy for the section. The reason because a lot of people are scared to experiment in the actual mocks. So when they go to write a mocks, they want to maximize the score. So they don't experiment, but understand experimenting on strategy becomes extremely important if you want to score high, because the right strategy will help you to really score well as such. But to get a right strategy, you need to keep on experimenting to see what works, what doesn't work. A 2-round strategy, a 3-round strategy, how much time you spend per question. So experiment and see what works for you in different scenarios. Okay. Also, when you write the exam, please ensure you plan the strategy before your test. So before you write a test, write down the strategy in place, and after the test, see if your strategy worked or not worked. You need to do that. Also, sectional test helps you to identify areas you prepare. So once you write a test, you will know which areas to prepare, which areas not prepare. It also helps you to know what level of your preparations are. Let's elaborate. So when you're talking of strategy creation, it's important to experiment in the sectional test. So experiment. Maybe one test you can write without pen completely, or one test maybe you go complete first round where you don't solve a single question but just mark it as easy, medium, tough. So experiment. What you cannot do in a mock, maybe you can do in the sectional test. Also, when you evaluate, find out what part of the strategy worked for you. So when you analyze your test, okay, there will be some part of strategy work, some part of strategy did not work. See what did not work and how can you modify that strategy. Also, write down the strategy. Whenever you write a section, ensure that you write down the strategy so you know exactly which strategy you use. And as when you come closer to your exam, when you go back and see all your written down notes, you will note down that okay, this worked for me, this did not work for me. So make a separate book where you write down your analysis of different sections. Second, how to identify areas to improve. So say you're scoring low marks in a section, say less than 5 marks or something, very low. So what do you need to do? So identify strong areas that you need to focus on, because now key out here for you will be to clear a sectional cutoff. You need to somewhere try to maybe score 10 plus marks. So if you want to score 10 plus marks, how do you go from less than 5 marks to more than 10 is what you need to look at. So in that case, you need to focus your preparation on your strong areas. So few areas, try to make it strong and try to ensure that you get those right so that you can clear the cutoff. If you're already scoring high marks in more than 20, then your focus should be on weak areas, because you want to maximize more score. I'm sure that you will be wasting a lot of time on your weak areas, or you're getting wrong on your weak areas. Focus on those sections and prepare. Okay, so focus on improving methods also. If you're scoring high, you need to save time. And the one good way to save time is trying to improve your methods, the way you solve the paper. Okay, when to write section test? Ideally, write a section test when you want to try out new strategy. So usually before the mocks, I want to try something new. Maybe I'll take a section test, try out the strategy, see what works, and then use it in the actual mock. That's one way of trying to use a section test. Write a test only if you finish 80% of your. Don't try to write a test if you have not finished the syllabus. Say for example, I plan to leave geometry, or I plan to leave something, and I finished from the remaining. I finished 80% of the syllabus. Then write the section test. If you have not finished enough syllabus, don't write section test. Then it becomes useless. because then the reason that you leave a question would be because you have not completed the syllabus, but not because it's a part of your strategy. Okay, strategy becomes important. Candidate section test when you want to focus on a particular section during preparation. So I'm trying to getting low marks in quant, I want to focus on quant. So maybe in that case I'll try to write more section test of quant just to focus on quant as such. I prepare, write quant section test. That is also possible, right? So we do have different courses for CAT 25, right from the full course, 100% batch, mentorship, MAT 100 DLR 1000. So if you're interested, you can contact us, right? We'll come up with more videos that will help you with regards to preparation. If you're interested, do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.